I was so happy with my position. As long as it goes into the mouth hole, that's fine. There we go.
That's what she said.
What the yell? Started with a bang.
I was nervous about our swearing, and then I saw you had Mikey on, so
That completely took the edge off, yeah.
I was like, sick, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's also on brand, yeah.
Very on brand.
Have you guys ever been to one of his group runs?
Full Sand Trail series.
Full Sand Trail series.
Okay.
It was with Steely Shakeout, Hot Trail Leopards, and Chicks Trail. It was very cool.
That is cool.
Well, it wasn't cool for me.
Why not?
I fell really badly on my hip,
Yeah, shame, that was tragic.
so I have resentment.
Jeez, that must have been a hard fall.
It was like rock on hip. Do you know why? There were just like a lot of men behind me who were really trying to race. And there was like an old man in front of me, and we were all like stacking up behind him. And he eventually moved out the way. So I jumped down because I was like, oh my God, I can feel like 10 people behind me just edging. I just fell in my purse.
But now you're back to full strength.
No. My fall was 100% an ego fall. I could have just let them pass me, but I was like, no, I must be in front of this group.
I'd say my go-to is from about 10 meters out to be like, excuse me, coming, or something like that.
Beep, speed machine coming through.
Have like a little bell.
They should definitely have bells.
Yes.
But it's an awful sound to hear.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Physical, where we talk about the mental, emotional, social, and at times spiritual benefits of exercise. We believe that exercise is more than movement, and this podcast is our attempt at sharing that message with the world by sharing our own as well as our guests' experiences and knowledge. If you enjoy it, we ask that you please spread the message by leaving a rating and review, or even better, by sharing with a friend. Before we go more into the trails, could we get a quick intro, just name and relevance around trail world from each of you, for anyone who doesn't know? Like what you guys do in the trail universe.
I'm Jess. I'm one of the co-facilitators of Chicks Who Trail alongside Sam. I'm not very relevant in the trail community, to be honest. I'm more of the community side than the actual trail side, to be honest. I'm not a hugely experienced trail runner. I just kind of started because Sam did. And now we're here, so...
Love that.
Personality higher.
Personality higher, for sure.
But also a mean trail runner for someone who hasn't been doing it for a long time.
Thanks, sweetie.
How long is not a long time?
3 years, maybe?
Yeah, nice.
Sam did try and get me on it for years, and I was like, ugh, outside, why would you do that? And then
You don't like that? You didn't like the outside?
honestly, I did a huge rebrand and suddenly became like a sporty nature person, and it shocked a lot of people. But yeah, I don't know, you sometimes in life you just realize that like exercise, it does make you feel better. Crazy that no one tells you that. And you're like, I should get outside and move my body.
It is a major upgrade to life, for sure.
Crazy concept.
I'm Sam, also co-facilitator of Chicks Who Trail. I have been trail running for a long time, maybe like 9 or 10 years. And Chicks Who Trail started about 8 years ago in Feb. And I think I joined the 4th one, maybe. There were like 4 of us. So we started very small. My partner's also a big trail runner, so that's also been a massive encouragement to stay out there. But yeah, just love it a lot.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a good innings. Almost 10 years of trail running. That's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
That's seasoned.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I
consider
haven't.
that
Yeah,
very seasoned.
I haven't. And it's also been like an on and off relationship, because I used to think my first love was road running, and then I got injured. So I was like, okay, trail running, you know, it's the impact on your body is not as massive, and recovery feels like it's a lot quicker and easier. And then I also just fell in love with being outside. I mean, I've always loved being outside, but there's something very special about trail running. You have to be so mindful, because otherwise you'll fall on your gut.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still do that very often. But
Yeah, if someone could win an award this year for bails on like a Jeep track.
Jeep track's unacceptable.
well,
always
What
the
do you
Jeep
trip over?
dude,
What, there's nothing there. It's like,
I know
Exactly.
my worst one was Did the whole, like a loop from Constantianek up Nursery Ravine, and then on top of Table Mountain, where it is a literal like cement Jeep track with nothing to trip on. I like bailed and rolled into the bushes. Don't ask me how.
Maybe you had tired legs, you weren't picking them up.
That's what I'll
Possible,
claim that
yes.
for sure. I'm also just unbelievably clumsy, so that does not help.
Yeah, trail will expose that very quickly. It's like, it's so many loose things and
Yeah.
hops and that you need to do. But also for people who don't know, what is Chicxulub Trail?
You go.
Chicxulub Trail is a woman-created, woman-led trail running group based in Cape Town. We run every Thursday at 6 p.m. and then we hang around afterwards for beer. It is
Very important part of it.
The most important part.
arguably the most
run
important
for
part.
beer.
Run for beer.
Where do you go for beers?
We
Parking lot.
sit in the parking lot and drink
Oh,
beer,
cool.
sponsored
Yeah.
by Jack Black. Shout out. We
That's
love
very
you.
cool.
Shout out Jack Black.
They have been a very, like, an incredible, like, champion of this group
Yeah.
for a very long time as well. So we have about 6 different routes around Cape Town. Most of them are townside. We run in Newlands sometimes. And it's just a space for women to come together and feel safe on the mountain, I think is the most important thing. And I think with that also makes, it creates a sense of community and a sense of safety, not only just physical safety on the mountain, but sense of emotional safety as well. So started 8 years ago by Bryony McCormick. She's a seasoned trail runner and just general adventurer. And Jess and I started helping her with facilitating the weekly runs and some social media stuff about 2 years ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, Jess, your kind of entry into trail running was a little bit more recent. Like, I mean, 3 years is not that recent, but it's more recent. Like, and you said it was a bit of a personal rebrand and a shift from what you usually did. What actually inspired that step to do it? Because
My sister.
really, wow.
Yeah, I think Sam had got me on a few trail runs before then, and I did enjoy it, but I didn't get into it that much. To be honest, like a good heartbreak can get you to do anything. Yeah, I was kind of getting into it a bit, and then I don't know, I think I just had like quite a bad year, and I was just kind of trying to find new outlets. There we go. New outlets just for.
Maybe it's just different spaces that were like not part of the normal routine.
Also, I think in Cape Town, it can be super cliquey and like weird space to make new friends. And I think just a group like this is actually quite a special place to connect with a lot of people that you wouldn't ordinarily connect with in your social circles. So just like a really special, nice, different community compared to what you usually find in Cape Town. It's just, I don't know, it's also, the group's just got like quite a special feeling to it. So I think once people start and have a run or two, they just are hooked and keep coming back.
It does bite you.
It's very low key. We aren't like, we don't do very organized anything, to be honest.
Hopefully more next year.
Hopefully more next year, but it's very chilled. Show up as you are, whoever you are on that day, and it doesn't matter if you want to kind of engage with anyone or just be completely silent, do your own thing. Kind of a space for everyone.
That's really nice though, because it's kind of low expectation and it's more, it can feel maybe more familial, where it's like you don't have to put anything on, right? It's like you're just going into the space to do the activity, and whether you feel like chatting or not, you can do the thing.
Exactly. You just show up how you are on the day. It's quite funny though. Some runs, I think, it's just like yappa the whole time, and other runs the group is just completely silent the whole time. which is quite funny. I think my group as well, who are the shufflers, which is like the entry level group, depends on the route. If it's a bit hard, then it's cricket in the back there. But I think the group Sam kind of pace guides. It's a lot of yapping that goes on the whole time.
Just some context for the pace groups. We have 3 pace groups. Our entry level one that Jess is the kind of pace guide for is called the Shufflers.
Such a cute name.
It is great.
We do shuffle.
They do shuffle, but it's still, it's still a running group.
Yeah.
And then our middle pace group is called the Socials. Like Jess said, we yap. It's 95% yap. And then our speedy group is called the Swifties, and there are a couple of women who lead that group, and they do be swift.
Yeah.
They do be swift. So it's quite cool to have a variety of pace groups for people to join. And I think a lot of people don't know where they fit in, and what's quite nice is you can trial any of them. I mean, within reason, obviously, we need people to be safe, and we need people to reasonably be able to keep up with each group.
Yeah.
But it's also a really nice structure to have for people wanting to improve their trail running. If you know the route's going to be a little bit easier, maybe try a slightly faster group, or if it's a really tough one or you're not feeling great, there's another group to join.
Yeah, we also have a couple of routes that kind of end up being the same one. So it's like if someone wants to push it and try a little faster, they can always start faster and pull back.
Little safety
if they're
net.
not comfortable. Yeah.
How many people typically go to the runs, like on average?
Winter, I would say
20 to 30?
I was going to say 30 to 40, but so 30, let's agree on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Summer up to 90 on a good...
Yeah, people love a summer run. Not me, but I'm a winter girly, but people love running in summer. And there's something quite special about it. Like it's light until 8 p.m. The vibes are immaculate. The beer tastes better. But yeah, we've had some massive, massive groups, particularly early in the year.
Yeah, when Jan hits those New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
I must say, I find it so interesting with like the trail running group thing that summer is busier, because I feel like from a safety point of view, you're getting more benefit going to a group run in winter.
100%,
Like for me personally, and like I run a lot by myself on the mountain, but when it's dark, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And in winter, it's like, I was like, shit, it would be nice if there was a group to go with, because then, but in summer, it's not even like, I don't really, I have the privilege of not really thinking about it because it's light the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I find it so interesting with trail, at least, that summer is busier. Because I mean, like for us, the gym gets a lot busier in summer, but that kind of feels like the norm because people have that thing of they want to be training and moving their bodies when it's hot and you're not in like hibernation mode. But 90's crazy.
Yeah, it's usually, it depends on the route as well. Like the Lion's Head loop or just the Lion's Head routes that we do are the favorites.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's my go-to as well. I think I've like bumped into you guys before.
Really?
Yeah,
Lovely.
because I still live very close to the old Crazy, like probably like 90-second walk, just up the road. And so I run from where we stay like to up Glengarriff and then the back and then loop around.
Nice.
Up Pat's track or...
Yeah. I know it's naughty to do that route alone, but...
Again, it's like in summer... It does suck. It's such an awesome route.
It's the best route.
Like coming down there is so much fun. I mean, it's at least it was a lot more technical. I think Friends of Table Mountain got on there and smoothed it out, which is amazing.
Those are the mountain bikers.
No, it's I think it's an NPO.
I thought it was them. I was told that they did it.
But to be honest, the mountain bikers, shout out for Missing Link, but they make really immaculate trails.
They do make good
for
trails.
themselves that we then come and
we can come and share.
trample all over.
Yes.
And don't move out the way for them.
We try. They just need their little bells.
Yeah. They do need their little bells. So you guys do talk me through the Lion's Head loop that you guys do, because I've seen you on that one before.
So shufflers will do just like the classic lower loop. Socials usually do the croissant, or they'll do the loop and go on along the spine a little bit.
The croissant is. People might not know what the
It's
croissant
quite
is.
a hard one. That's when you go up the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or either way, either go up the Jeep track from the start of the Lion's Head hike or up the back from the Kramat. It is a tough one. And then our speedy group normally does that.
They usually do both,
All of the above.
all of the above.
They're so fast.
We don't really, they just do whatever they want, that group.
Pretty
The
much.
speedy ones.
Yeah.
Fair.
Generally, we run for an hour.
Yeah.
That's and whatever distance you cover in that time is kind of what you do. And the speedy group will do usually 7 to 8 Ks, and then we'll do 6 to 7 Ks,
five
and you do
usually.
5 to 6.5 Ks. Very route dependent, and also depends on who shows up.
Another thing that I would find interesting is to learn about how, with the people that come, when you're like looking at attendance, how many of the people are return people and how many people are new people that you're seeing for the first time.
Most people are regular, to be honest. We have a pretty solid group of regulars who come, especially during winter. We don't have many new people coming in
That makes
winter.
sense.
If it's raining and it's pitch black already, which are actually kind of our favorite runs.
Oh, they're the best.
Running in the rain is the best.
Especially on the mountain.
Absolute best.
It's so awesome.
But yeah, we ask every week during our briefing who is new, and there's like always
someone.
up to 5 people who are new trying it out for the first time, which is super cool.
We were a very small group running yesterday, and there was still a new person joining, and the wind was howling.
It was windy.
But yeah, I would say like 30% of the people are almost like weekly regulars. Then I'd say another 30%, and now I'm realizing I'm not going to get to 100.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going with this?
33.3% are weekly joiners, and then I'd say another 33% are.
Sam and I.
What? We are there all the time. Another 33% is maybe like 1 or 2 runs a month, depending on the route. It is tough with work, I guess, people trying to get there. And then another maybe 33.3%.
We're on 130 something percent.
No, the 100 divided by 3 is 33.3. 333.
Forever.
Forever. So yeah, it's a good mix. Like there are a lot of people that show up every week, which is really special.
And obviously you guys are a little bit biased because you facilitate and you've been there for a while, but how easy would you say it is for new people to integrate into the group? Like how
Pretty easy.
as you said, Cape Town can be a bit cliquey.
Yeah, I think again, I said it earlier, but what's nice about the group is everyone is pretty low key, but there truly are people from every kind of background or social clique or anything. I don't know. Yeah.
I think people are more nervous to join just because trail running is intimidating. I like to think our group is not intimidating. So because we do have enough pace groups to accommodate different paces, and I think next year we'll resurrect our hiking group because I know transitioning from road to trail can be difficult, especially if you're not maybe the most comfortable road runner. But we normally say if you can run 5Ks on the road in about 40 minutes, you'll be able to keep up with one of the pace groups. And I've been thinking about what the biggest barrier to entry is. And I do like to think it's not the group that's intimidating. I think trail running just is scary because it's unknown and people are worried about not being able to keep up. So
I think access as well, like most of our runs are in town, in and around town, and obviously Cape Town is still quite like geographically segregated. So I think it's actually just also not that easy for people to get to the mountain after work or just, be able to get there easily.
yeah.
That's very true. You can't just put your shoes on and you're there. It is a little bit of travel time.
Exactly. And
Lord
especially if
knows getting up
people-
Kloof Neck is...
Yeah, and if people are traveling like by public transport in and out of town, you know, and they take a few hours to get in and out, it's just like, makes it a lot trickier for some people.
Yeah, we had a chat months ago to a friend of mine who's a sociologist and a lecturer at Stellies now, and we were talking about the elements around health and fitness that are affected by access and like socioeconomic standing, and how it's like the way that society is structured makes certain forms of exercise, most forms of exercise, so difficult, and a lot of the time it has to do with time and transport, and even for
And
myself, gear is a big one.
It's expensive.
That is true. Also nutrition.
Yeah.
But like, even if I take myself, for example, I have a relatively flexible schedule because I own my own business, but still it's like making time to trail run is challenging. So imagine being somebody who is working like a very rigid 9 to 5 type job, and you're commuting 2 hours both ways. You know, it makes it very challenging, and I wonder what the fix around that is, you know, because you want to make it more open and accessible to people. And I mean, the nature of the sport is cool because you really just kind of need shoes on your feet. I mean, I've seen some people who even do it barefoot. It's not really that, but it's kind of like getting to the mountain.
And also knowing the routes and kind of a bit of education around mountain and just safety and all of that. It's not really something that's kind of taught in the schooling system necessarily.
That's very true. I think also basic things around how to be safe with your food and nutrition.
Yeah.
I think just through the repetition of exposure to trail running, you learn like, okay, I should probably always just have a gel on me in case. I should always like have some fluid. I should have a fully charged phone available in case, you know, like these are things that I really wouldn't have thought of 5 years ago. You know, I would have just gone on the mountain, and then something can happen, and then, you know, so I think that is also that like knowledge barrier is also a big one. And in terms of access as well, safety is a big part of that. Yeah. And I was doing a little bit of research into Bryony. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. Bryony. And she spoke about the original inspiration, or kind of what the whole purpose around Chicks Trail being, empowering women and empowerment. For Sam, for you, how much of a role does that play in your commitment to what you do? Is it quite central to that, or is it just a really amazing upside of being in that community for you?
No, I mean, the safety element is a massive, massive part of like why the group exists and has existed for such a long time. And for me as well, just having trail run for a long time, I love running by myself. It's very cathartic, but I'm always incredibly anxious. I used to run up Pass Track a lot by myself, and then there were a couple of incidents there, and it made me nervous, so now I wouldn't do that route alone. And there are a couple of other routes that I wouldn't do alone, and just knowing that when you show up to Chicks Trail, there are going to be a whole bunch of other people there, takes away that anxiety completely. Even if we are just a group of 4, it feels a lot safer to be on the trails. And I think, I think that's a big pull for the group and group running on the mountains in general.
A lot of people do say that they join because of safety being the main element, and them not feeling comfortable enough to run by themselves.
And we do, within the runs, we do regroup often. So the intention is never to like leave someone on the mountain. But this is also why we become quite strict with saying no hikers or no walkers. While we'd love to accommodate everyone.
Gets a lot of reactions.
It does.
It does sound kind of funny though.
But ultimately, it is a trail running group. And we'd love to welcome everyone, but it becomes incredibly difficult to kind of keep track of everyone if the pace of a specific group is like very different. If each of the people in the group are running at a very different pace. Like we used to have sweeps for each group, but then what would happen is they would end up having to stay on the mountain with someone who is like lagging behind very severely, and then that becomes unsafe. So this is why we do have this quite a strict like no hikers or walkers policy, and it's definitely not to deter anyone. It's just so that we are keeping ourselves and the people who are helping us facilitate in the space safe as well.
For sure. That makes complete sense. I just think it sounds funny. It's like, you may not come here if you're a hiker. We don't want walkers.
We do walk sometimes. That's
I know.
the thing.
Oh,
and
man.
like it is trail running, so you are going to be walking.
It's a lot of power
uphill.
hiking.
Oh, yeah.
So much power
And
hiking.
then people are always like, I thought it was no walking. And I'm like,
I know. It's so hard to explain though. Like
Also, people are going to read into it the way they want to, you know?
Thank you.
It's not, you know what you mean, and it's fine. Like,
yeah, and I think once people have joined and they get on the trails, and as soon as you have some experience with trail running, you'll be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be like, oh, it becomes unsafe for a lot of people if there is one person lagging behind. We've actually got rid of the sweep system for this reason. But again, we do regroup often just to make sure that everyone is keeping up. But generally, I think people are getting a better understanding of the paces of the different groups. And we are kind of have much better runs when people stick to that pace. I don't know if that makes
I think
sense.
just to follow. So with the sweep, we used to have like a leader of a group and then the sweep and try and keep everyone in that. But because of people falling behind, and at the end of the day, some people are always going to want to like send it a bit harder, we've kind of made it so that we have pace guides for each group. So like I'll run what the pace for the shufflers should be, Sam will run what the social should be. And if anyone wants to go ahead or fall behind, they can. But it's like a little
At your own risk.
at your own risk, yeah.
Again, it's hard to
Herding cats.
control a group of adults because like we're not parents or teachers telling you what to do.
Yeah, we're not going to shit on anyone.
But we can offer guidance from our own experience, you know. And if people want to take that on, they take it on. But if not, we can't be responsible for that. You know, we're a community organization. We don't have insurance to cover anything that goes wrong. So the best we can do is just educate people, get people out there, and then educate them on, you know, safety and protocol on the mountain, so that everyone's just putting themselves in the best, you know, place to be there safely.
obviously your priority is that people are safe and things like that, but accidents happen and things get weird when stuff, you know, when people are hurt and whatnot. How do you guys protect your own kind of liability around those things? Do people have to sign waivers before they do it, or how does that work?
Honestly, I think everyone kind of knows it's show up and run at your own risk. And to be honest, whenever someone falls, when they come in at the end for BA, everyone's like, nice, let's see that, oh my God. So everyone's kind of like, yeah, trail tax, it happens, and then we move on. I can't ever think of a situation where we've had like a very bad fall or something happen.
I mean, we have shame. We had
Bex.
Rebecca, I think, pulled a tendon, or I don't know.
Yeah,
something like
she
that.
went to
Definitely wrong, whatever. Anyway, she hurt her ankle, but she's also a seasoned runner, so she understands that it comes with the territory. And sorry if I'm now speaking on her behalf, I don't mean to do that. But I think generally, if you have been on the trails, you understand that that is part of it. Like, it's almost a rite of passage for trail running to eat gravel and to have to scrub it out of your knees. And I
do have
think
some doctors in the group, though.
That's very helpful.
They
That
don't
helps.
like when we're like, don't worry, they're a doctor. They're like, I'm off duty, but we're like, but
there's still a doctor.
just help them.
But yeah, again, it does come with the territory, and I think people understand that it is a run at your own risk. And a lot of the time as far as I know, we haven't had any complaints about injuries, because at the end of the day, we didn't make the trails and we're not bullying people to get out there. And shit happens.
I think the only complaint we've really got recently is when I apparently left 2 people on the mountain. But they were my friends and they were together, so I was like, they're fine.
Oh, did they complain to you then?
No, someone else complained because they thought it was just like 2 random people I left behind. But I was like, I know them. It's chill. They'll figure it out.
Shame, that's sweet that the person was
I know
like,
it was sweet, but I was like, eh.
nah, don't worry about them. They're
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
You guys are with Jack Black for the beer side of things. Is Chicks Who Trail a business? Like, do you guys have like, how does it work with brands? Is it just,
No.
we like you guys, your stuff is cool, we want to give it to our community, and it's quite laid back in that regard? Or is it very, are you quite particular around terms and how the relationship works and things like that? How do you guys navigate that?
So the only thing we're quite strict on is actually keeping the community completely unaffiliated with brands. We really want to keep it
From a monetary
point of view, and also just in terms of if we're talking like gear brands, just in terms of being able to give the girls access to, or just education around different brands and different things that they can learn about. So Jack Black is a sponsor, but Chicks Who Trail isn't like profitable business, if that makes sense. Everything we kind of do, if there's a cost involved, it's usually cost price for whatever the costs involved are. Brand-wise, Sam and I are personally affiliated with a brand. Bryony's personally affiliated with a brand. But like I said, we like to keep the actual community
Agnostic.
Agnostic,
yeah.
yes.
But also just so that we do have a lot of brands who want to come do activations and kind of like talk through different things. And we're always open to different people doing that. And I think that's also why we don't want to affiliate with one specific brand, just so that we can have those different people come and talk to the community. So it's not, we're not just
also-
feeding everyone one.
And it's part of, it's part of the educating around trail running is, figuring out what brand of shoes works for you and what gear works for you and what headlamp works for you, and just giving people access to either trying stuff out or just seeing what things look like without having to purchase. Because it is, I know it is just, I was going to say feet on your shoes, but just shoes on your feet. But they're expensive shoes.
They are.
Like different things for different people. For sure.
We are
Sam and I are very injury prone, so we're very specific with our
chronically
shoes.
injured girlies, but we
What are some of your chronic injuries?
shin splints.
Shins, both of us, always the
Gotta do some
shins.
calf raises.
Yeah.
We're getting into it.
Get on that.
Gotta join the gym.
Gotta join Horizon. No, just do them at home. Just do it on a step.
Okay.
Single leg calf raises. I used to have shin splints all the time. Terrible.
Gone.
From 16. Used to strap my shins like I used to look like a mummy from the knee down every rugby match, because I had extremely weak soleus and gastractor calf, and literally from then, I think until maybe 22ish, I would have on and off shin splints and always in the prehab vibe.
School sports.
School sports, and then the calf raises. It is a classic injury. It's because it's a boring thing to train. Nobody wants to do calf raises.
Yeah, and very slow ones as well, controlled. Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's the rehab and prehab that you need to do for that. It works
Tedious.
very well, but it's very tedious.
Yeah, it's you just got to put it at the beginning of the workout, I think. Mark did some calf raises today.
Nice job,
Mark.
How the calves, Mark? Good. Shout out, Mark.
Poppin'.
He was under some good guidance.
Is it your guidance?
It was my guidance. I'm retired though. We have an arrangement. Yeah. Sorry, I took us off track there. We're talking about brand agnosticism.
Yeah, so generally from like a contractual point of view, there's no signing of anything, and we're not contractually bound to anyone.
That's cool.
And like Jess said, I do think that's important just for exposure, for showing people what's out there, just from a gear side. But we are kind of community sponsored by Jack Black, and other beverage brands have either approached us or we've approached them, just to do a sort of kind of organic partnership. Again, no contractual obligations, just we like your brand.
Seeding, yeah.
We like your brand. Let's hang.
Yeah, we also have a kombucha sponsor for those people who don't drink.
With whom?
Yeah, shout out to Culture Labs.
Oh, Culture Lab,
kombucha.
that's nice. I don't drink that much kombucha, but there's
I don't drink
pretty
So
good.
good.
either,
Oh my
but
gosh,
yeah.
it's so good.
It is good.
But
The
people
branding's so cool.
Love it. They race. Actually, a lot of people grab the kombucha before the beer.
It's
and I'm like,
so
what are
funny.
you guys
Really?
doing? Just kidding. Always go for beer.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just a quick little hydration thing, and then you go for the beer.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I love that you guys aren't aligned specifically to a brand, because it also keeps the community pure. I've done a lot of work with brands in my own personal capacity, and the biggest gripe that I have is around content that's manufactured. It's not mine. Like it's.
Yeah.
So I generally try and be very transparent of like, if I'm going to do something with you, I do not do like influencer stuff really. And if it doesn't filter into my day to day, I'm not going to post your stuff.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, because I don't want people to feel like they're being
For sure.
pushed something. And
Yeah.
you know, that also takes away like a certain element of safety in the community where it's like, fuck, people are trying to sell me stuff.
Absolutely.
Like this isn't actually like a cool group for women only. It's like a
absolutely.
marketing business thing
I
for
mean,
them.
that is the opposite of what we want. It's just, it really does need to be a community that welcomes everyone, whether they're running in pluckies or toe shoes, those ones with the toes, barefoot shoes, whatever they're
All
called.
those shoes. I saw someone running in the other day.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, you know, we just want people to show up and feel safe in themselves, in their gear, and like on the trails.
And when it comes to filtering for brands, how do you guys determine a yes versus a no in terms of taking stuff from brands?
We have a group chat.
We have a group chat. We don't take much stuff from brands,
Yeah.
but
Well, like for instance, Jack Black was like, I don't know how that came to be. Did you guys reach out to
it
them?
was Bryony
that
that
was
engaged
Prior
with
our
them.
time. Yeah.
But I know they've also been a massive sponsor of Tuesday Trails, and I think
Yes.
Bryony was like, "What about us?" And they were like, "Absolutely," and they've been amazing.
They are. Shout out Jack Black.
Yeah,
But
damn! Shout out
you,
to Black.
you don't have to mention names, but are there any brands that you guys have turned down where they're like, oh, we want to give you stuff or we want something, and you're like,
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, we have had a couple of chats with brands to run gear activations, but to be honest, it's been such a chaotic year. We haven't got around to doing as much as we would have liked. So as long as the brand aligns with how kind of the ethos of Chicks Who Trail, we would be open to doing collabs or
An
having
activation, yeah.
activations. But again, I think it's just the staying true to who the community is and what like we would want for the community.
We're all the people who run it, which would be Sam, myself, Bryony, and Kerry, who we haven't mentioned yet, who just
Shout
had a
out Kerry.
baby, and
Shout out Kerry.
she's kind of there in the background, you know. Yeah, we'll just kind of put it in the group and chat about how we all feel about it and take it from there.
is Kerry a Swiftie?
No,
Carrie's
Carrie-
a social shuffler, but she
Yeah.
just had a beautiful baby boy.
they're
So
part
she's
of what
our-
we
she's
call
our-
the OG Chicks Who Trail.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Actually, yeah, there's a big contingency, which is like the OG chicks. And I think we are like the I don't know.
Just a bit of a
Newbies.
newer gen.
Yeah.
There's a very different crowd coming now to what
Yeah.
it used to be 8 years ago. And I think it's just purely, life timing.
Yeah.
People get married,
People
have
having
babies, move. But we still see some of the OGs from time
It's
to
so
time.
awesome when they join. It's just, yeah, this group has come a long way. Like 8 years is a long time for people to be showing up every week.
100%.
And that completely comes from the way that Bryony founded this group
Yeah.
and her group of friends that built the community
And
to what it
just
is.
set like such a special casual tone for the group and like a welcoming.
It honestly feels like arriving and running with friends, even if you know no one.
That's awesome.
And I mean, we have made some really awesome friends just from Chicksy Trail. And that, I think, is a testament to the community. You know, I mean, you don't see your family and friends
Once
as
a
much as
week.
some of these people that you see on a group run. So you actually spend a consistent amount of time with them, which is incredibly special.
It is cool. I kind of have a theory that the one time a week for an hour is the perfect amount of time to build a really meaningful relationship with someone. Because that's how I built one of my closest friendships today. We used to sauna every Sunday.
Nice.
For like an hour.
Yeah.
And it was so random. We'd both like do our thing throughout the week and then go and sauna on the Sunday. And it was like, we just became like best friends. And I'm like,
Do you
that's all it
think part
takes.
of the intimacy that was built is because you're both naked in the sauna? So you like,
Probably.
you get to know each other on a much deeper
Yes.
level.
All the layers have been stripped away, literally.
We love
And you're
it.
kind of like super, just, that's,
It's like-
it's kind of like a joke, but it's also, I totally think that did influence
Yeah,
it.
no, I
Because-
was asking in a joking way, but also in a serious
No,
way.
there's for sure like an air of truth to that. Mark, I think to take our relationship to the next level, we need to go sauna, bro. With Miss Cindy as well. That'd be great team building. No, I think there is a really cool psychological sort of delayering, literally, with sauna chat, and it's weird because it also extends to people that you haven't come there to hang out with, like
sure.
the other people that are in the space.
Yeah.
Everyone is like quite relaxed and open, and like you having your conversation, and then randomly like this other person who's sitting at the end of the sauna like chimes and you're like, interesting, tell me more, and like you just start chatting. Like I love it. It's a cool space.
Where do you sauna? At the gym?
Sadly at the moment I haven't saunaed for it must be like 2 months, 3 months, which for me is long. But it was Virgin, mentioning competitor on the podcast. It was Virgin, but then I left Virgin, and then it was One Flow for a time. But I'm busy actually meeting today with an architect because I want to build a sauna at our gym.
I was going to ask.
Epic.
Yeah, I'm really, really keen to do that. But there's a cool new place called Sauna House on the prom that I'd love to go and try.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
I think my work's going to do a little year-end function there.
Phew, that'll be so cool.
Don't pull that face.
But that's so intimate for you and all your work colleagues, you know?
Seb was just saying that's how you bond.
What's the age demographic of the work?
Everyone,
Not that that matters, but
I would say like
it's young.
32 to 42. So it's
Why do you say that so like in a weird? Oh, that's so intimate. Well,
I just,
Maybe
if I
it is a
think
bit
about,
inappropriate,
okay,
I don't
I
know.
also have a very different view on work relationships and what is normal because I'm in the film industry, which is
chaotic.
special.
what do you do in the film industry?
Direct and produce.
You're okay.
Brutal.
So you're creative and you're like type A, dialed in, hectic.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the two different sides, you know, to choose who comes out on each day. But if I just think about like if I have a crew on a certain shoot and suddenly we're all going to pop in the sauna afterwards, I think it's just, maybe it is the age thing or just like it. You guys have a very close working relationship.
do.
You're kind of friends with everyone you work with. And I'm friends with most of the people I work with. But then
But it's also freelance life, right? You're often interacting with a lot of different people all the time. Like I sit in an office with the same people 5 days a week. So we do know each other very well.
yeah, I'm just thinking about like the grips on sets, who are usually the people who are like chasing the makeup artists or.
But I find it strange that, or interesting that you have that like reservation, because you guys do like rap parties and stuff, which is like boozing after a job, which is like also pretty like, I don't know, not intimate, but it's like very familiar vibes. It's not like
Yeah, I think
normal.
the rap parties are more for like long form stuff. So people who work on like features and series and that sort of thing. I'm more commercial side. So the rap parties that happen are mostly for the clients.
Okay.
Which is not as fun.
Okay.
Just kidding. I love you guys. Yeah, I'm not the full team doesn't really always do a wrap up. Also, you kind of hate everyone by the end of a shoot, so you just want to get away from everyone as soon as possible.
You know, now that we're actually speaking about it, I've just recalled we did a team building like sauna journey. And you've just remembered that right now. It was actually pretty cool though. And not once did I think like, this is weirdly intimate. But I think it's because it's a guided experience. Your focus isn't so much on the fact that you're sitting in a sauna with your coworkers. It's like listening to the person's voice and like, you're just kind of like in the experience.
I think that must help
changes
a lot,
it a lot.
for sure.
And then we did like breath work and like submersion, cold submersion. It
I
was
think
really
if that's
cool.
your thing, that's super cool. And I would love to do that. I'm also just thinking about my partner who, if he was to sauna with his, like a group of random people, it would probably be his worst nightmare.
It's not for, it's
But
not
for me,
for
I'm like,
everyone.
let's go.
It's not for everyone, but it's an awesome experience. So now we're talking about saunas.
We are. Love the sauna.
talking about saunas.
You guys should do
Spitting
some
it out.
Chixie Trail collab with the, what's it, Sauna House. That would be fun. Although there's very little crossover, I suppose.
What? No, recovery. Come on.
This is true. Yeah, that's a good one.
Recovery is very important.
That would be super cool. Yeah. What are the things that you have been wanting to do this year that you haven't? Because you guys said the year's been crazy and you wanted to do some things. And
So many things. I think one thing we'd really like to do, at least like quarterly, is a long run. Because at the moment we
what
just
defines a long run?
like a 15-ish K.
Probably 10, depending. We would, so it would be a weekend run. It would probably be 10 to 18 Ks, depending on the, so it takes you 2 hours essentially.
Yeah, like a 2 hour.
We used to do more monthly runs, but because, I mean, we all have jobs and busy lives outside of it. It's takes a lot of time to organize a weekly run. So then being able to do something on top of that is also, when we're all feeling a bit stretched, is tough. But we are working on a rebrand, which is very exciting. So hopefully we'll launch that early next year.
Does the rebrand, do you retain the name?
Yes.
Definitely retain the name. I think the name is pretty, it's got its footing in the Cape Town Trail community. And I wouldn't want to mess with that. But yeah, we've got a rebrand coming. We'd love to do merch. We haven't done merch in a very long time. More group runs.
I think Bri also used to facilitate some like Cedarburg.
Oh man, those were the
That would be
best.
so cool.
Holy shit.
Like a
Those were
runcation.
so fun.
Yeah.
I've done two. We camped under, it was just before Christmas. We went to the Cedarburg with a group from Chixie Trail and we camped under Wolfberg Arch and did like, people brought tinsel and wore Christmas socks and it was so fun. It was awesome. I don't know, you meet such cool people. That is a nice way to get to know people a little bit more because then you're with them for a whole weekend. But so much fun. Yeah, I would love to do more of those.
Also mentioned earlier, but I think Bryony is going to bring back the hiking group next year too, which will be separate from our Thursday runs. She also used to do a moms who hike for like new moms with toddlers, young babies.
Awesome.
That's cool.
It's super cool, yeah.
And they bring the toddler babies with.
They do,
No,
yeah.
it's just the moms to have a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, joking. It's
Yeah,
just
the
to hike with the
toddlers,
kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
because that's obviously quite a slow pace.
Yes. No, the
Not welcome on Thursdays.
sorry, you
Just
guys.
kidding.
You guys can come on a Saturday or whenever the mom walk is, but
Yeah.
not with us. What the runcation thing, was that a regular thing before? Like the
I don't know about regular, but it was maybe like twice a year, but
that's
not.
pretty regular.
Yeah, but
see, there's a
then we
lot.
haven't done it for 2 years, and that's maybe our bad because we
Yeah.
haven't organized one. But there were a couple throughout the year.
There was also, like, when Sam and I started facilitating it, it was quite an organic handover. It wasn't like Bryony just decided to stop. I think she had a incident on the mountain which left her feeling a bit unsafe on it, and unknowingly Sam and I both offered to help, and then eventually she was just like, you guys can keep doing this. So we didn't really have like a handover where it was like, okay, we do this kind of runcation twice a year, do that. And
To be honest, we're still trying to figure it out, but I hope more runcations and weekend runs will happen next year.
I think that's an amazing thing to do. I would love for us to do more stuff like that, like experiential things with the community, like putting in a real effort to kind of go together somewhere and spend
Yeah.
an extended period of
Yeah.
time together. I think that's really
Special.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I saw you guys are now doing, what's it, Tuesdays at 6 or...
So Tuesdays at 6 is, that's a free outdoor strength class that
So
we
rad.
do
I
every
walked
Tuesday.
past it the other day and I was
Really?
like, holy shit, this
where's
is cool.
this? Can I come?
On
On
the
the
promenade.
grass,
Please
on the
do come.
pond.
That would be great.
Tuesdays at 6.
Yes.
Epic.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
That'd be so cool to have you guys there.
It just looked like so much fun. It looked like everyone was having such a good time.
It is a big
mean,
vibe.
Still, there was some tough exercises going on, but just what a rad space. And it's also so nice because, I mean, historically gyms are indoors. But to
Yes.
take it all outside is so awesome.
I'm glad that it piqued your interest.
Yeah, it
was-
looks fun.
It is a lot of fun, and it actually comes from something that I did long before the gym, which was these outdoor workouts when I had like a few little equipment items. So doing it now with an actual team and with proper equipment is so cool. It's like it's so much fun, and what's amazing also is passers by who then will join as well. So we've had
Just straight off, like from
yes,
your walk onto...
probably 80% of the time that we've had the event, there's been at least one person in passing that's been like, can I join? And we're like, yeah, cool.
That's
come
so
for it.
cool.
Yeah, it's super sick. So
That's awesome.
you two must definitely come. That'll be a lot of fun.
sure.
We've only got 2 more this year, and then we take a permit break because there are no permits being issued between the 15th and the 15th.
Yes, I'm very aware.
And then we come back from the 16th or something for another 2.
I'll be there next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try next week. But we also, so we have 2 more runs for the year.
We'll also take a break.
Yeah, we take about a month break from organized runs.
Good for you. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Doing,
is actually,
doing weekly
yeah.
events is bonkers.
Yeah.
People,
So worth it. I mean,
So worth it.
would
yeah.
do it over and over again.
Yeah,
but it
Sam
is
and I
nice
love
to...
this community so much.
Yeah, big time.
anyone who's kind of on the fence of coming to try it out, how would you convince them to come to their first Chicxulub Trail?
So I think what scares people is the technicality of trail. So I would suggest just getting on the mountain for a hike, like hike Kloof Corner, walk the loop of Lion's Head, just get your feet used to being on the trail. I think that'll help so much just for like an understanding of what it feels like to be out there.
But how would you convince them to come to Chicxulub Trail?
Maybe that's the first step. Maybe it's just
No,
Yeah.
well, you do, because I met someone, it was hilarious. I felt like a celebrity.
Hilarious.
It was so funny. No, so I went to a dinner party on Monday and met someone, and I obviously introduced myself, and my friend who was with me was like, oh, Sam, facilitates Chicxulub Trail. And this chick was like, oh my gosh, Sam Lawson. And I was like, what?
that's so cool.
It was hilarious. But
Sounds
asked-
hilarious.
Piss off. No, but I asked why, like, so she said she's been on the WhatsApp group for a really long time. We have 2 WhatsApp groups, both have about 500
Yeah,
people
it's
in them.
crazy.
Wow, that is a lot of people.
And I
We're
asked,
just
like,
where are you guys?
Exactly. So I think there are a lot of people who are sitting on the fence who are saying every week, okay, this is going to be the week that I come. This is going to be, today is the day. And to be honest, I don't know exactly what it is that needs to happen for people to join. I think it's a matter of just showing up, actually.
Yeah. I would
Just
say
join.
2 things from my side. If you're nervous, it's not as scary as you think it's going to be. And if you are nervous, just bring a friend.
Oh, that's a great
That's
one.
a good
Bring a
solution.
friend. Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Social anxiety ticked off, then you don't have to I would be super intimidated to show up. I always showed up to the first ones with Sam. I always had Sam too. But if I was showing up by myself, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm showing
fair.
up to this random group of Cape Town people for the most part, which is quite stressful anyway, showing up by yourself. But yeah, just bring a friend, then the social aspect isn't as scary, and then the actual running aspect isn't as scary. Because if you're worried about falling behind and you have your friend with you, then you guys will be fine.
That's a great point.
And then, Jess, I have one last question for you, which is, you had, like we said, the rebrand went into the whole running world. What would you say the main non-physical takeaway that you have had from being in this community, aside from community, has been? So what's the sort of beyond physical element that you've had? We are rebranding this podcast next year as well, by the way. So I don't know when this episode's coming out. It might not even be called Beyond Physical at that stage, but thanks.
Insert new name here.
Yeah, I think I'm quite busy-minded, so I think this is still a physical thing. But when I'm running, and like Sam said earlier, trail running, because you have to focus so much, that is one of the only times my brain switches off. So I think that's a super kind of mindful and almost like meditative.
You got it.
Meditative.
I think meditative or meditative or meditative, whatever.
Or it's just, an hour of mindfulness and meditation in a certain sense, and just like stillness in my brain, which I think is super important as someone who is quite chaotic in all other aspects of my life. Yeah.
That is a really valuable takeaway to have.
I don't know if
Sam?
that really answers your question.
It does. Thank you. I have a similar one, but for me it has to do with doing like horrifically difficult exercise, because then I have, and trail running as well, not that difficult. It doesn't have to be that difficult. I can just be like a downhill, and I'm like very present, or like super hard stuff like that, like centers me.
Yeah.
Because it's like the busy mind, and then
And also, as soon as I start thinking about something on the trails, I'm on my face.
Really?
So it keeps me
100%.
humble.
You got to swat the.
It's a very humbling sport. For me, something similar. Also, have a bit of a ADHD brain. So being able to like hone in on just doing one thing again for an hour a week is awesome. And I know you said not to mention the community, but not to mention, but
It's difficult not to.
yeah, it's very difficult to put into words, but like having this kind of anchor in the week where you know that you can show. I mean, so often I'll be driving there and I'll be like, I do not want to run today. I do not want to go. I don't want to do this. And then you show up, you show face, and you run. Have a beer. And honestly, I have never left a Chicxulub trail being like, I've regretted that run.
Yeah. We always say it's the best day of the week, and a lot of people always say to us that for them it's the best day of the week. It's also just like it ends your week well, starts your Friday well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is incredibly special. And there is just so, like, our lives are very busy. So to have one thing you do every week on the same day at the same time, like consistently throughout the year, is just very grounding.
Yeah, I'm going to add that we're both quite anxious girlies naturally. And I think not for all mental health issues, I'm going to say, but for anxiety specifically, the biggest thing that helps me is moving my body. And so that really kind of like brings me back to a state of stillness, or just like out of that fight or flight feeling, and kind of like brings me back in my body and centers me a lot.
For sure.
It's like a reset.
100%.
That's awesome. Sam, Jess, where can the people find you if they want to find you online, or if they want to come and hang out at Chickasoo Trail?
So we have an Instagram page at Chickasoo Trail. We have a Facebook page that I only know we have that because on Instagram it says post to Facebook as well. But I assume it's Meta. Oh, sorry, whatever it's called. / Chickasoo Trail, I think.
Okay.
We have WhatsApp groups. We are going to fix our website because I think some of the links are broken.
Yeah.
But the main
It's all
place
coming, big things coming.
2026 coming soon.
Watch out.
Watch this space.
So Instagram at Chickasoo Trail.
Yeah.
We have WhatsApp groups. We can dole that out.
How do people get into the WhatsApp group? Is there a link in the Instagram
Usually just
bio?
DM
Oh,
us.
fine, okay.
DM us for a link. And then we have admin only WhatsApp groups. So we post the details of each week's run. And then we have an open chat group as well, which we
It's mostly to send photos.
yeah,
after each
we
run,
send photos, but it's also a nice place to facilitate chats about gear. If people are selling running shoes or race
Races.
entries or anything. So there's that as well.
Nice. And you both said that you worked with brands, though, personally.
Yes.
So is that something that you want to speak to at all? Like if somebody wants to send you a care package of gels or something, like what's your Instagrams?
Oh, our Instagrams.
what is mine is just my name at Jessica Lawson, but without the O in Lawson.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool handle.
Lawson.
Lawson. Mine's Sam Ann Lawson, not Saman Lawson. My middle name is Anne with an E. So
Okay.
I'll totally take some gels.
yeah, damn.
Send gels.
Send gels.
I have some USN gels that I don't want, so I'm very happy to care package that for you guys.
Thank
you.
But thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
And
us.
yeah, of course. Please do come by Tuesdays at 6. There are only 4 more left. So, but we will do, this is end of season 1. We will have a season 2, but we're going to pause it for the rest of the year because it is a cuckload of work getting that stuff onto the promenade. So,
I can imagine.
Season 2 is always better than season 1.
Ooh, hot take. I don't know about that.
that's a very hot take.
That's
Really?
That's very
hot take.
controversial. And
That
I
is
don't
very
know.
I think
controversial.
that's very specific to my life at the moment. But
Okay. But I'm going to internalize that for Tuesdays at 6.
Yeah.
It's been great, but lots that we can do
could be
better,
better.
you know, always. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Short.
thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for listening to the show, guys. We love answering specific questions. So if there's anything you want to know, leave a comment or reach out to us directly at HorizonZA on Instagram or email us at movement@horizongym.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Seb Prentice, and this is Beyond Physical.